Hey you guys, welcome back for another video. We are talking about what happened in our homeschool in the month of March. I really hope you guys had a wonderful month of homeschooling. March, I feel, can be very similar to February. If you feel that you get that slump that happens in the month of February. If you watched last month's video, we took a 10-day long vacation to Florida, and so we didn't have a slump in February, which was great. And in March, it's been really cold. We've had rain, we've had snow, we've had like 1 or 2 days of good weather. It's been really cloudy. And so, you know, we haven't really been getting out too much, but what I can say was a big win this month was consistency. And I feel that the reason why we had so much consistency this month is because we took a trip last month. So if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, usually in January, we'll take a month-long trip somewhere in the US using our camper, though we made a little change this year and we didn't quite do that. But when we get home from those big camper trips for the entire month of January, and then we did a little bit of sprinkling of school in that month, the kids were just aching to get back to consistency and back to our schedule. And so with the 10 days off and doing 0 school on those 10 days, when we got back into March, it took us the first week to kind of get back in the groove of it. But after the first week of March, we definitely we were extremely consistent. When I was looking at my little calendar where I just put checks on days that we did language arts and math and table time and all that stuff, almost every single day was marked off. And so, whew, that is amazing. But also something really, really fun for me that happened this month of March was I went to my very first homeschool convention. So I've been homeschooling my kids since the very beginning. I count my homeschooling time from the day they were born. So for me, I've been homeschooling for 9 years. If you count like preschool or kindergarten as like your measuring stick of how long you've been homeschooling, I've been homeschooling for 6.5 years. And so I was just ready to go to a homeschool convention, check it out. I finally had a friend that would go with me. My husband has this thing that if you're gonna go to a homeschool convention, of course, typically they're always out of state for us, you have to bring someone with you. Like, he doesn't feel comfortable sending me out to another state alone for, you know, this one was 3.5, 4 days. And so my amazing friend, Jen, she came with me and we went to St. Charles, Missouri to the Great Homeschool Convention. And another one of our friends happened to be from that town and her parents lived there. So she met us there too. So it was a ton of fun to be away from the kids, away from the family for a few days and really just take in all of the wisdom and see what kind of resources are out there. If you haven't been to a homeschool convention, I highly suggest it. I'm a Christian homeschooler, so the Great Homeschool Conventions, like that kind of brand of homeschool conventions, it is a Christian homeschool convention. So the majority, if not almost all of the materials are going to be Christian that are sold there. The speakers are Christian. You can definitely be a secular homeschooler and get a ton out of it, but just know that any speakers you're going to see, the majority of all the curriculum is that's sold there is going to be Christian. And so just keep that in mind. But that was a ton of fun and I was definitely fangirling it a little bit because I'm a part of Sarah McKenzie's RAR Premium. I love it. I got to see her. I did not have the courage, surprisingly, to go up to her and say hello. She also had like a line of people everywhere she went. And so I definitely didn't want to stand like in a long line to talk to her. But I did take a picture or two of her from far away, which was kind of creepy, but I was really excited. I got to see Colleen Kessler, which I listened to her podcast, Raising Lifelong Learners. and that was really exciting. I bumped into Andrew Pudawa, who is the creator and writer of IEW Writing, and I use his poem memorization, linguistic development through poem memorization. I use that resource from him, and it was really funny. I was just like rounding the corner in the exhibit hall where they saw all the curriculum, and we just like, bam, we just like met, and we locked eyes, and it was like he knew me my entire life. Like, he didn't even skip a beat, and he was just like, hi, how are you? And I was just like, hello. Like, I almost slammed into him, right? I was like, I'm great, how are you? And we just totally bantered back and forth for a little bit. Like, we've known each other for years, and we're like, you know what, have a great day, see you later. And it was definitely an odd and funny interaction that I believe we were both trying to play off as, you know, not being so. But no, it was re-energizing for my soul as a homeschool mom. Like, you know, just getting away and doing a little bit of that self-care is really important, and then just filling your cup back up. So I get home from this homeschool convention, and I'm just like full of all these ideas, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Oh, let me give you a quick tip if you're going to a homeschool convention. I have an iPhone, and so there's voice memo on there, and I know Androids have it too. I would turn on the voice memo before all of the seminars that I was sitting in, and I recorded all of the talks that I attended. And it's been so great to re-listen to all of those talks and just pick up on things that maybe you got distracted during the class or whatever. And that's just been really, really great. But I think besides some like parenting things and advice and whatnot, that was one of my biggest takeaways, along with notebooking. And that's a Charlotte Mason thing. And I want to do a whole video on notebooking, but I came back and I'm like, we're going to try to do this. And the kids were like so excited for it. To be like, oh, mom wants to try new stuff and this, that, and the other. So the homeschool convention was really great. I urge all of you to get a mom friend or two together and try to attend. There's still other conventions going on right now. So if a great homeschool convention sounds interesting to you, there's still several all this spring and into the summer throughout the country. So you can check out that on their website, greathomeschoolconventions.com. So if you have gone to a homeschool convention before, I want to know, please comment below. I want your takeaways from going to a convention. Do you go every single year? Have you never gone at all and really wanted to? I would just love to know from someone else's perspective. Did you think it was worth it? Not worth it? Please let me know. But you know, I usually feature like some type of read aloud that we are really liking each month, or at least if I'm liking or the kids are liking. And I wanted to share this read aloud with you guys. We're still working through it, and we're listening to it on audio through the Hoopla app. It's called Molly Moon and the Extraordinary Book of Hypnotism. And I came across this book through a movie. So we were at the library and Mia picked out a movie. She's like, Mom, it says Molly Moon, I want to watch this. So I read the cover a little bit and I was like, okay, this seems appropriate and whatnot. And the movie was super duper cute. It was produced in the early 2000s. And the girls absolutely loved it. And then of course on the DVD it said, from the best-selling book of the same title. And so I was like, all right, let's see if we can find this on audio. And so we've been listening to it on audio, and it has been a very good listen. I would definitely suggest my 6-year-old can listen to it, and she gets things out of it, but my 9-year-old definitely is just more used to richer stories. Like, she's listened to Harry Potter and tons of Roald Dahl books and just has really great vernacular in it. So Molly Moon definitely reminds me of like a Roald Dahl book. The narrator is British, and just the writing is just really good, and it's really fun to listen to. An orphan girl, and you know, how she's being mistreated and all these things. It kind of reminds me of Matilda, to be honest, without, you know, Matilda wasn't an orphan though. So I think your kids would really like it, whether they're a boy or a girl. We've been really enjoying Molly Moon. So if you're looking for a novel, a fiction novel to listen to with your kids, this one has been a lot of fun. All right, you guys, the March homeschool review was short and sweet, and please don't hesitate to comment below with any questions or anything like that. I love engaging with you. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.